Making money by setting goals. Change your life by sticking to the money plan. Do you have a money plan? Do you think that you need a money plan? How are you going to make money if you have no plan? How are you going to know when you're successful if you have no sense of direction, if you have no sense of purpose? Have you ever even set a goal? Well, if that is something that you're interested in knowing about, we are going to help you in setting your money plan, your money goal. So, if you're interested, see you on the inside. Thanks for making it on the inside. Now, let us get into the meat of the matter, the money plan, making money by setting goals. You may be wondering to yourself, how can we make money by setting goals? Well, success is defined as the accomplishment of your goal. So, if you don't have a goal, how can you be successful? What is it that determines that you are successful? What metrics would you have made, or what metrics would you have reached? What is there to show that you actually did what you said that you were going to do? How can you determine that you are useful if you have no goals? This would mean that you are a wandering generality if you don't have any goal. And if you are a wandering generality, guess what is going to happen? You will meet your demise. Like many others in our world today. Today, we will start by setting ourselves the money plan, the success goals, and I'm going to guide you through the process. Your life only begins to become a great life when you have clearly identified what is it that you want, making a plan to achieve it, and then working on that plan every single day. Yes, I am saying it. You should be working on that money plan every single day. You have always heard, if you fail to plan, you've planned to fail. The reality is, the statement is true. If you don't have plans for your life and your future, be sure that there is someone who has a greater plans for your life to do their bidding as you help them to accomplish their plans. It is time to take control of your life, especially your money life. And we are going to start that process by setting goals. Stick around as we now get into the goal setting process. Now for the moment that you have been waiting for. Step 1. Decide exactly what you want in every key area of your life. And yes, you're a whole being, so you have different areas of your life. I want you to utilize ideation. So you're going to idealize what is happening. You're going to be putting things in an ideal situation. Even if it looks impossible, still put it down. Because it may seem that way from where you are currently. But life has a way of magnifying our plans, making them more gigantic than expected. So now, the major facets of a normal individual's life includes the income. This relates to how much do you want to earn this year, the next year, the next 5 years. From today, I want you to write that down. Then I want you to consider your family. What kind of a lifestyle do you want to create for yourself and your family, your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren, your even great-grandchildren if you live that long? Your health. What is life if you don't have health? How would your health be different if it was perfect in every way? Would you be suffering from those ailments, diabetes, hypertension, all these lifestyle diseases, headaches, nausea, indigestion, upset stomach? What would a perfect health look like to you? Now, number 4, your network. How much do you want to save and accumulate in the course of your working life? This is absolutely important, because if you don't know these things, then what is it that you are actually going to be working towards? For simplicity purposes, in 30 seconds, I want you to both think and write down the 3 most important goals in your life right now. The clock is ticking. Time is up. Whatever your answer is, that is what it is. Number 2, I want you to actually write it down. Write down your goals. No one can know what is in your head, and no one will be able to hold you accountable when you don't have it written down. Memories will fail you. You will have time lapses. Yes, you will have moments of weakness, but we need to have it written down so you can be held accountable. You can look back in the future and say, yes, I have accomplished this, and tick them off your list. Now, this is how you're going to approach goal setting and writing. You may have heard of the SMART methodology, but I want you to think about it like this. Your goal should be clear. Your goal should be specific. It should be detailed enough and measurable. The reason for the detail is critical, important, because details indicate exactly your direction of operation, and that is important to know how you're going to move from point A to point B. In the same way, when you're buying something online, you will custom order it. That is the same kind of energy we want you to have in your goal setting process. Because goals are unique and specific to the individual creating them, it's the intention that you set them in a way that you appreciate them and you are willing to achieve them. Did you know that only 3% of adults have written goals? And guess what? Everyone else works for them. Can you believe that? Yes. Step number 3. Deadlines. You have to condition your mind with deadlines, because when we don't have deadlines, the subconscious becomes lazy. We want to set the goals in the conscious and also have the subconscious working on those goals, working on those time horizons on our behalf. So what is going to happen? We are going to set those goals, have the deadline written down, and then if we meet the deadlines, that is good. If we fail to meet the deadline, then we have to set additional goals or extend the deadline and use more incremental steps. And in some instances, when we have exceeded the deadline in terms of doing the thing before the deadline comes, then what we can do is stretch out the goal a little bit more. Now, let us move to number 4. We need to use our imagination to identify the obstacles that could be an impediment in achieving these goals, because you have internal factors and you have external factors. When we go to the 80-20 rule, we'll realize that these can be constraining, and to be honest, about 80% of the objection or the constraint are within us. 20% are actually from outside. And yes, 20% actually from outside, but that doesn't mean that you cannot achieve your goal. Number 5, we have to identify needs for achievement. So we're going to have to identify the knowledge, the information, and the skills that we need to achieve those goals. So if you want financial freedom, you have to go where persons are speaking about financial education. They are guiding you in the process of achieving those kind of goals, those kind of objectives. You may need to, in some instances, invest in paid programs so that the things can be tailored to your specific needs. However, here, every information we give is absolutely free. What we want you to do is to tailor it to your personal situation, because we can give information as guidance, but we are not your financial advisor. So I want you to identify the skills that you'll need in order to maximize your potential to achieve those goals which are necessary. For me, in my area of expertise, I am in the 1%, and in a few moments I'll be in the top 0.01%. So this is the kind of value added that we are here to add. Did you know that your weakest skill could set the limit on the income and success that you have? So this is why we suggest working on that one skill that is holding you back. Step 6. I want you to identify people. If you have never been where you are going, you need to find people who have already been there and people who can help you to get there. So this is why networking is so important. Number 7, we're going to be combining the obstacles that you will have to overcome, the knowledge and skills you will have to develop, and the people whose cooperation you will require. List every single step that you can think of that you will have to follow to ultimately achieve your goal. So you are building a strong foundation. Step 8. Convert your list into a plan. So you're going to have a sequence. What do you want? How are you going to achieve it? Who are the persons needed in order for you to achieve it? Then you're going to prioritize what is important and what is less important. This plan is 20% goal achievement, 8% comes from the 20% because you already have the plan and system in place. Step 9, you're going to organize the list into steps. So you're going to plan each day, week, month in advance. Having a goal and a plan, you have just increased the likelihood of achieving it by 10 times, which is 1,000%. So yes, it can be achieved. Then number 10, very important, is the execution. Many persons have plans in drawers and they never utilize a plan. That is a waste. You have to execute on those plans. So you're going to select the number 1 thing, the most important task for every day. You're going to apply the 80-20 rule and increase your wealth. During this process, you will develop a self-discipline, restraint, as you stay focused on your defined majority purpose. Before we go, just one thing to remember. I want you to utilize visualization of your goal as though you already have all that you desire. This will be the best way to bring your mental and your spiritual reality into the physical realm. This is indeed where we have to bring this segment of our discourse to a pause. Signing out from Money Trip JA is Dr. A, where we use cents to make dollars. Have yourself a money-filled day.